Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back at it again in here for another video, and as well I will be joined by Levi, and we will be talking about things going on for WWE 2K15 with the rumors and all that stuff, and what we're looking most forward to as well. So Levi, what's going on, man?
Not much.
Alright, so of course with the big breaking news, of course with this week and everything like that, which we did have with the Sting being the official downloadable character to be able to be played for WWE 2K15. And with this one, I have been hearing stuff about it, and now that it's been made official, especially with the commercial too and everything, it looked really cool. I definitely cannot wait for this. And also with this, I do have somewhat more hopes now that Sting might actually make an appearance on WWE TV as a result of this. We've seen this too last time with the Ultimate Warrior, so I do feel more confident about that. So things are looking to be shaping up to be really interesting. So how do you feel about that first off?
Oh, well, I think Sting being in the game is a great move on WWE's part, and it's just like you said, they did this with Ultimate Warrior last year, and eventually he did make an appearance on WWE TV, so we could definitely see the same thing happening for Sting.
Yeah, it's gonna be really something special, and of course we got the two playable type of characters with the recent Sting and as well the old school WCW Sting. Now with going into that, especially with going into the game and what's gonna be probably available to as well. Now I'm not too sure how things are gonna be going storyline wise and everything, because last time we did have the WrestleMania one where we can play with all the people that were pretty much a part of most of the WrestleManias, for the most part anyway. So it was a WrestleMania theme celebrating 30 years of WrestleMania. So now I'm kind of thinking, since now Sting is definitely in the game as a playable character, it kind of seems like maybe now we might see a WCW theme. I could be wrong on that. I'm not really too sure about what's really in the works for the storyline wise, but as far as that's concerned, what are you looking forward for in that, and what would you like to see overall?
About with Sting?
Yeah, not only that, and as well storyline wise, like what you think is going to be happening too as well.
Uh, well, I mean, I've been hearing rumors that they would probably have Sting be the new GM of Raw, which that would be really, really cool. But then
Hmm.
again, who knows what WWE would have for Sting to do as far as on screen. So I really don't have too much of an answer for that one.
Okay. Alright, so not only that too, like with the game what we saw last year for celebrating WrestleMania 30 and with all the WrestleManias, what do you think could be in the works for this year's theme?
I think with last year, I'll be honest, like last year, 2K14, it was a good game,
Hmm.
but I got bored with it after a while because
Right.
it really felt like it was WWE 13, but with WrestleMania theme all over it. And also a big reason for that is when 2K got the WWE license, last
Mm.
year's game was pretty much all made mostly under THQ. This year it's all by 2K visual concepts and all that. So I'd say we're going to get a much better game this year based on that fact.
Right.
And as far as like the main game mode, I could see, and there's been a lot of people wanting this to happen. I'm one of those people, and that's the return of a proper career mode. And
No,
the
yeah.
way I see how it is, it's going to be similar to the Day of Reckoning career mode in
Mm.
the GameCube games, where you have a guy who starts off in developmental, then gets pushed up to like the like Sunday Night Heat, and then up to the main roster. That's what I could see happening this year with a career mode starting out NXT,
Hmm.
then get promoted up to wrestle on main event and superstars, and then to Raw and SmackDown, and eventually you get the championship. So that's what I could see happening. Though I will not only would I like that, but I would also like to see, and a lot of people would be hoping for this, and that's the return of a proper season mode,
Hmm.
like how it was in Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, and
Yeah.
for pretty much from Shut Your Mouth all the way up till SmackDown versus Raw '08, that kind of season mode they should really bring back.
Mhm. Yeah, I was actually going to get into that too with Shut Your Mouth and how that was able to be set up and everything like that. And I liked how they really did that where you can select your character and as well go through with the whole story and building your character up and everything and doing other crazy and insane stuff, which I really like. So another thing too with Day of Reckoning, definitely one of my favorite games. I wish I still had it though. It sucks I don't have it anymore, but now having that type of thing going into with 2K15, I think would be pretty special. Alright, so with the next part too, actually talking about getting into the graphics now and how things will be set up now. With 2K14, I actually like how they were able to have different models and everything, and I mentioned to this before, especially now with how they have like how Ryback was and how very detailed it really was to see him like that. It actually made you a little afraid of him too, especially not only that too, how well they did with Daniel Bryan's model and everything like that. So I kind of think it might be somewhat similar to that, probably even just a little bit more now since things are looking to be, of course, different. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that too, how you feel like graphic-wise about the game and what you're looking most forward to.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, like the graphics for the games in the last several years have been kind of okay to crap because it depends. Like in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, you had some models that looked good, like Cena and Undertaker, Triple H,
Hmm.
but Christian's model in that game looked terrible. He looked like a
Yeah,
damn monkey,
it's
and that was just awful.
it was.
And then the Daniel Bryan model last year, while it was all right, it still looked a little bit kind of corny. The
Hmm.
beard wasn't so big, his hair wasn't so long, and he kind of looked a little more pale
Right.
than normal. So it's
Yeah, it's
kind of like,
crazy.
eh. But that's because it was all done by Ukes. This year with 2K15, it's Visual Concepts doing pretty much like 80% of the graphics work this year. Ukes is helping out a little bit, but it's mostly going to be done by Visual Concepts. And
Exactly. Yeah.
based on with the NBA games, they're going to do the best they can with the graphics. And then also, it's been confirmed by the 2K people that the graphics for the character models in the game
Hmm.
are being redone, and they're doing 90% of the roster, and they're doing rescans and renders to where they look absolutely realistic and not so corny.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very special. That's going to be really, really good.
Hmm. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm sure it'll probably just top for last year's game, so that's going to be really interesting. Getting into with more in depth too about with the gaming and everything. Probably I'm sure we'll probably get some new matches probably added, like match stipulations and all that. At least like a few other good ones, and it seems like we get to see a little bit each time. So I'm not too sure exactly what else they would probably include, but hopefully we will get to see somewhat of some new match stipulations and all that going on too as a new addition to the game, which I really like. That there's always something new with each game, which I like about that, and you're always finding something really to deal with. So how did you feel about that?
Well, I mean, as far as like new match types, I mean,
Hmm.
it's like I don't know what all they could really add in other than like a proper buried alive match, a
Hmm.
casket match, stretcher match, ambulance match.
Right.
But the cool thing I wish they would do is not have it to where you can only play as 6 people. Have it to where you can play at least 10,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
do like
awesome.
a Royal Rumble properly like that,
Right.
and even do like the 3 or 4 team TLC matches.
Hmm.
Those would be really really cool. And then you could have like an option for Money in the Bank to how many people you want in between
Right.
4 to 10. That would be really good. And then also, what I would do as far as a with the match creator feature, have it
Hmm.
open to where you can make like more interesting matches, like a Hell in a Cell ladder match or something like that. I think that
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be insane.
really really cool.
Right. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, that's really awesome. I really like that they did that too for the last game and having yourself be able to change things up. You can change like the steel cage from the one that we have now, and as well from like the old one, which is really awesome. I really like that touch, and things like that are really interesting and really awesome to see too as well, and it adds a lot more. Another thing too I was looking to get into, and that is about universe mode. I'm sure it'll probably make another comeback again this year for 2K15. It took a little time getting used to and everything. At first, I didn't really care about it all that much, but now I'm seeming to warm up more about with the whole universe mode and everything. Now, maybe there will be some other things that would be different about it, but I'm not really too sure about this point. It probably be a little bit somewhat the same, but with some new different things about it, I'm sure. But how do you feel about universe mode basically being a staple now in the wrestling video games?
Well, I mean, universe mode, it's an okay mode. It's just
Mhm.
I wish they would really make it feel like a real season mode rather
Yeah.
than just exhibition with cutscenes and stuff. Like
Mhm.
last year, the universe mode pretty much felt like a watered down general manager mode,
Mhm.
except not with the real GM kind of stuff.
Right.
Like what I would do with the universe,
Mhm.
convert it into more of a season mode, keep it how it is, but put in like storylines and not graphics, more cooler cutscenes and
Mhm.
make your own storylines and have more rivalries and actually have it to where it can go along with a certain storyline you want to do.
Right.
That's how Universe really should be, not just an exhibition with cutscenes.
Mhm. Yeah, I
But
agree. Mhm. Go ahead.
there is rumors that Universe may not be coming back.
Oh,
Some
okay.
say it will, some say it
Mhm.
won't, but we'll have to wait and see. And really, like, it's hard to speculate a lot of things at this moment because most of the stuff doesn't get announced until around SummerSlam time because
Yep.
that's when they do the reveals for the rosters and the game mode reveals and all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
like I say, it's hard to speculate at this point, which is why I'm waiting until after SummerSlam to do my in-depth video about it. But
Right.
you never know what happens. It's only time will tell what's going to happen with the game this year.
Yeah, and we're still a month away pretty much, and it's gonna be like that, and then SummerSlam will be here. But yeah, I agree too with Universe Mode if they added just a little bit more, like just to see how your views are doing and everything like that. Keep on check on that, like what they did with General Manager Mode, and just add some sort of thing like that, and add just a little bit more interesting stuff like the cutscenes. I think yeah, they definitely do need a lot more cutscenes than what we did see, and some of them happen when you didn't want them to at random times. I don't know if anyone else had that problem, but that seemed to be a reoccurring thing, especially with mine. Hopefully that will get fixed, and it happens with that. But as far as everything else goes, I think I pretty much touched bases with most of the stuff too for 2K15. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add and what else you would like to see as well.
I think I pretty much got almost everything out.
Mhm. Alright, so that
So,
about
yeah.
okay. So that about does it overall for our thoughts on WWE 2K15. It's definitely shaping up to be something interesting. Of course, I already pre-ordered it, so I'm definitely looking forward for it. So with that being said, of course, in the comments, definitely leave your thoughts down below. What you're looking forward for in the game. What would you like to see? How you feel about Sting being an official now playable character as well, and all of that good stuff. WWE 2K15 related right down there below in the comment box as well. Definitely go check out Levi and his YouTube channel as well. So with that being said, that about does it for this video, and until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.